Hey beloved, it's Gavin here from Wake Up Fulfilled. Welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for goal-getting empaths and light workers who want to manifest an inspired life. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to change and shift negative momentum and how to begin shifting into a positive momentum. I don't know what you're going through right now or what you're experiencing, or maybe you're experiencing nothing and maybe you just want to use this in a future timeline. But this is going to teach you some principles where you're going to really understand how to break a pattern, negative thoughts, negative emotions, and shift into positive patterns and positive emotions. And if you would like to win my sleep shifting course, be sure to comment below. I am a superstar, oh yes, and that will enter you into the competition. We'll put 3 winners on screen right now. If you've won, DM me on Instagram and we'll send you out the course. We select 3 winners a day. So keep coming back every day to see if you have won. All right, so tip number 1 here to how to change negative momentum is focus on the negative so you can find the solution. Sounds strange, right? Focus on the negative so you can find the solution. What most people do is they avoid the negative. They avoid the problem. They avoid the challenge. They don't face it. They don't deal with it, or they're afraid of it, to confront it. And so it's imperative that we go into the darkness and shine light on it. A guru is someone that shines light on the darkness. And as a light worker, a light warrior, a light being, a human, H-U-E man, light worker, light warrior, is you need to shine light on where it's dark. That's your gift. Your own self-awareness. Do you know these beings that don't even acknowledge themselves? They can't even perceive themselves. They're like so fixated that on external reality, they just don't understand how to be aware of themselves. So you being aware of your own thoughts and your own emotions is a huge deal. And once you're able to do that, it's about realizing that you have the power to be aware of your thoughts and look at your thoughts in a positive light, to shift them. And so when you realize that your thoughts are the past and what you have learned, it's your programming, it's your script, it's the ideas that have been given to you. Now you're becoming aware of it. You're looking at the problem in a very abundant and positive way. You see how that works? And so it could be very challenging what you're going through, or it might be quite easy. But whatever it is, know that there's a solution to that particular problem. There's always solutions, and you have to be open to the idea that you can get downloads and that you can have people show up in your life or get advice from someone, or you could just randomly watch a video on YouTube or see something on Instagram or social media that just gives you this spark, this light where you're like, oh, but it takes you actually focusing on the problem. And so your subconscious knows what the problem is. You see, when you ask empowering questions, when you are able to see what the problem is and you take it as it is and you accept it, which we're going to be talking about in a sec, then your subconscious mind can start working on it. Start working on the answers, the solutions for it. About 3 days ago, I had a little stress come my way. At the time, I took it as a big stress. And it was really frustrating and it was making me tired and I was feeling exhausted about this one thing. Because what showed up for me is I have this webinar that I do, right? And it's for my Liberating-U program. And I have other projects going on, and so this added basically to my stress because I had another project to count to my to-do list, and it just felt like a lot of stuff. And so I needed to come up with solutions. And so what I did is I just got very ingrained in the problem. And guess what? Yesterday I came up with the solution to that problem, and now I feel great, you see? And so I got out of the negative momentum by focusing on the problem, focusing on the challenge so that I could find a solution. What you're also doing here is you're flowing with the stream rather than against the stream. The stream's going this way and you're trying to fight it, make it go this way, right? You're trying to swim upstream. That's hard, that's challenging. What you do is you flow with the stream. You're going in a negative direction, but you're aware of it as you're going, right? You're aware of it, right? You're aware of the negative stream. And so as you become aware of it and you're going downstream. Okay, I'm going downstream right now. I'm in a negative momentum, right? Shine positive light on it. Okay, what's the solution to this? So you focus on the problem, you see all the aspects of the particular problem, and then you're basically, as you focus on it more and more and you give it more attention, you actually find answers, right? You focus on the solution to that. What's the answer to this? What's the outcome that I am wanting? And as you begin to do that, the answer will come quicker. So the second tip that I want to give you is you can ask yourself an empowering question. And that question is, if this is going to affect me 10 years from now, is this problem going to affect me 10 years from now? That's what you want to ask yourself. You might realize it's just such a small problem that in 10 years from now, you're just going to laugh at it like it's nothing, right? And so that's what we have to become aware of, is that we need to project ourselves into the future and realize, looking back on today, that it's not actually that much of a big deal. Now, I know some of you might be a really, really big deal, but 10 years from now, 20 years from now, is it going to affect you as much? No. And so what you can also do is you can step into your greatest version of yourself, or you can step into someone that knows, has solutions. For example, it might be Oprah Winfrey, or it might be someone who's highly intellectual, Bill Gates, or I don't know, just someone that, you think will have the answer. Whoever you look up to, whoever you want to role model or model, you can imagine yourself as them. And then as you imagine yourself as them, you look at this particular problem and challenge and ask them, what would they do in this particular situation? When you ask them what they would do in this particular situation, you'll get different answers. So what you do is you visualize yourself as that person. You feel what they feel. You see what they see. You experience what they experience. You think what they think. Right? And you feel how that feels. And as you feel how that feels, you look at your problem and you're like, this is easy. Right? This is simple. Okay, here's the solution. Write down the ideas that come to you. And this enables you to channel that particular being and get ideas and perspectives that you would have never thought of before. This gets you to think outside of the box. The subconscious mind is connected to all other subconscious minds. And so you need to understand that there's a collective subconscious mind called the superconscious mind. And the superconscious mind you can tap into at any time. You can tap into any being and get answers and get solutions. In the book Think and Grow Rich, he talks about a mastermind. But I think it's in the Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill. He talks about the mastermind and he talks about a round table. And the round table is literally people who are highly successful that he has in his mind, and he has them around the table and he asks them questions. I do this all the time, where I'll ask a guy named Jason Fladley who knows how to write sales copy, or I'll ask Oprah Winfrey something that when I'm in a challenge or I need an answer for something. I'll ask them. I'll just imagine them around a round table. I just connect to them. I say, okay, what would you do in this particular situation? This, and this. And then I get answers for that. So it's like coaching in a way, right? Get to coach yourself. So this is really, really powerful. So imagine how this would affect you 10 years from now. Would it be as much as a problem? And then also realize that you can use the tools of successful people and model them. There's a really powerful saying that success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. And some of these people have been through a lot of stuff, especially Oprah, right? So we want to understand that we can have breakthroughs, we can shift our lives, and we can transform our lives in really powerful ways. So tip number 3 is to notice that you can't change what's happened. You can't change what's happened. Sometimes it's a little bit of a punch in the face, right? It's really hard to take. You can't change what's happened. It's what you do now onwards, right? It's what you do from now that's going to make all the difference. A lot of us, what we need to do is just accept what's happened in the past. Forgive ourselves, forgive the other person, and move forward. It's self-acceptance, forgiveness. That's what it is. Accepting that this is reality right now and you cannot change it. When you accept it, you embrace it. When you embrace it, you find a solution. You stop the negative momentum. Saying, No, okay, this is how it is. This is where we're at right now, right? I see it in relationships where, people have an argument and one person walks off. I used to do this because I couldn't handle it at the time, right? My partner's upset and I will walk away, right? Because they're angry, they're upset, I would take it personally. But the truth is, that's where we're at right now. That's the situation we're in. Deal with it. Step up, be an adult, and focus on the problem. Tip number one, focus on the problem and really understand the problem so you can find a solution to the problem. But that takes accepting the problem first. You got to accept it, you got to embrace it. And as you accept it and you embrace it, now it gives you the mobility to find a solution. It gives you the mobility to feel better about this. And it gives you the ability to start moving into positive momentum. It's very hard to move in positive momentum when you got chains on your leg, when you got a bag over your back, when you're straining, when you're trying to push away the problem or avoid the problem. We have to embrace, we have to step into the challenge, step into the problem. And in that arena is not only positive momentum, but it's huge growth. You get to learn about yourself, you get to learn about your partner or other people or whatever it is. And then you know not to go down that road again, or you know how to do something different. You learn from that particular experience. So there's many benefits from doing this. So this is actually, a lot of what I'm sharing with you is actually taught to me by the ayahuasca. I took ayahuasca last year, I believe, last year. And one of the things that ayahuasca teaches you is to focus on the dark, but you're bringing light to the dark, right? It's bringing love and light to the dark so that you can heal, right? And so that's what it's about. It's about facing it, and then it's going to build the momentum into finding the solution to your problem. So just to reiterate here, number one is focus on the negative so you can find a solution. Ask if you will care about this in 10 years. And also you can use modeling where you can step into someone else's shoes and ask them what they would do in that particular situation. And then notice that what you're experiencing right now, you can't change. Usually, sometimes we can't change these particular things. And a lot of us want control, and we want to control things and change things. But because we can't control things and change things, we have to accept it for what it is and then find a solution to that, right? And so you can brainstorm a list of what to do. Now, if what you're going through is pretty challenging, it's hard to deal with, maybe you need to forgive someone, you need to let something go, you need to heal, you need to shift. We can help you do that with neutrality shifting coaching, where we can shift your memories, we can shift your way of being so you no longer feel attached to that particular problem, and you can really shift your life, even if it's around money, success, relationships, doesn't matter what it is. So neutralityshiftingcoaching.com, there'll be a video on screen right now. And remember, keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.